Joe Burrow is going back on the field against Detroit, and that decision has already put the Bengals under the spotlight. After everything Cincinnati has gone through with Burrow's health, Zach Taylor is still giving him live preseason snaps. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Dexter Lawrence II are also expected to play. It will be limited work, but one bad hit is all it takes to turn a preseason test into a major problem. The Bengals are taking that risk for one reason. They do not want to start another season cold. Burrow needs timing with Chase and Higgins. The offensive line needs real pressure, and Taylor wants the offense moving fast from the first snap. Cincinnati knows the talent is there. The problem has never been talent. The problem has been keeping this team healthy long enough to finish the job. That is why every Burrow snap against Detroit will matter more than the score. But Burrow is not the only major story. Dexter Lawrence is also set for his first live action in a Bengals uniform, and Cincinnati believes he can change this defense from the middle. So this game gives fans two huge answers right away. Does Burrow look ready? And does this new defense finally look different? But before Cincinnati gets those answers, there is already another problem growing inside camp. Several important players will not be on the field. The first warning sign is already here. Cincinnati will open the preseason without several important players, and the list is bigger than the Bengals wanted this early. Dax Hill and Brian Cook are out, while Jalen Davis, rookie Cassius Howell, and rookie Takario Davis have also been managed because of smaller injury issues. The good news is that the team has not treated these as major long-term problems. The bad news is simple. Cincinnati is already testing its depth before the regular season has even started. There is also a careful plan with Connor Lew and Eric All Jr. Both are coming back from ACL injuries, and Cincinnati has no reason to rush either player. Lew has made enough progress to take first-team practice reps, which is a strong sign for the rookie center, but the Bengals are still protecting him. B.J. Hill and Shamar Stewart have also been working their way forward. This is where Zach Taylor has to be smart. August is about getting better, not losing useful players before September even arrives. And this injury list is doing something important inside camp. It is opening real jobs. Backup defensive backs are getting more snaps. Young linemen are seeing bigger chances. Rookies are being pushed into situations they may not have expected this early. That means every practice rep now carries more weight, and the fight for playing time is getting serious fast. Which brings us to the next story. This Bengals training camp has turned into one of the hardest, most physical battles on the roster. Cincinnati's training camp has changed fast. The Bengals are not walking through easy practices or saving energy for later. The work has been hard, physical, and competitive from both sides of the ball. Zach Taylor has said the strength of this roster up front is forcing that level higher every day. Long drives, heavy contact, and tough team periods are giving coaches a much clearer look at who can handle pressure when things stop feeling comfortable. The defense has made the offense earn almost everything. Jordan Battle has been around the football, the front has made the pocket messy, and the secondary has forced tight throws instead of giving away easy catches. The offense has answered with its own big moments, but nobody has owned camp for long. That back and forth is exactly what Cincinnati wanted. Taylor is now past the basic install stage. The plays are in, the rules are clear. From this point on, players are being judged on how fast they think, how clean they line up, and whether they can finish a drive without killing it with a mistake. That is why this camp feels different. Cincinnati is not just trying to look good in August. The coaches are trying to find out who can survive when the game gets fast and ugly. And one part of the roster is driving more of that pressure than anything else. The Bengals' defensive front has become the biggest problem in practice, and the man in the middle of it is exactly who Cincinnati brought in to change everything. The biggest difference on this Bengals defense is sitting right in the middle. Dexter Lawrence gives Cincinnati the kind of power it has been missing for years. He can push the pocket straight back, force quarterbacks off their spot, and make the entire pass rush harder to block. That matters, because pressure from the middle leaves fewer places to escape. Add Jonathan Allen next to him, and suddenly the Bengals are not asking one edge rusher to save the whole defense. That inside strength also opens the door for Boye Mafe and the younger edge players. If Lawrence and Allen are pulling extra attention, the outside rushers get cleaner chances to win. One name drawing real attention is rookie Cassius Howell. He has already impressed veterans with his quick moves and natural feel as a pass rusher. He is still young, but the early signs are strong, and this front gives him the perfect setup to attack without carrying too much weight too soon. This is where Cincinnati's defense could finally take a real jump. The plan is not just to collect sacks. It is to make quarterbacks uncomfortable on every down, force bad throws, and give the secondary easier chances to make plays. If this group stays healthy, the Bengals may finally have a front that can control games instead of chasing them. And Howell is not the only young player making noise, because the rookie class behind him is starting to push for real jobs. Cincinnati's rookie class is starting to earn real attention, and the biggest reason is simple. These young players do not look lost. Zac Taylor has praised how quickly they are learning, and how well they are handling the mental side of camp. Rookie center Connor Lew is one of the clearest examples. He is still working back from an ACL injury, but he has already taken first-team reps and is getting valuable work around Joe Burrow. Ted Karras is still the leader at center, but Lew is giving the Bengals a real look at what the future could be. Then there is rookie cornerback Takario Bobo Davis, one of the most interesting young players on this roster. At 6'4", Davis brings rare size to the secondary, but the bigger story is his mindset. He has made it clear that he is not trying to be average. His path from Long Beach to college football was not easy, and injuries slowed him late in his college career, but Cincinnati still believed in his length, confidence, and upside. Now he is getting his chance to show that the Bengals made the right call. What makes this rookie group worth watching is that nothing is being handed out. Lew has to keep proving he can handle NFL speed. Davis has to show his size can turn into real coverage wins. Every rep matters because these players are trying to move from future piece to someone the Bengals can trust right now. And that matters even more because the offense on the other side is also changing fast, with Burrow getting more ways to attack defenses than he had before. The Bengals are adding new looks to an offense that was already dangerous. Cincinnati has been using more motion, more under-center snaps, and more sets with several tight ends on the field at once. That changes the picture for a defense before the ball is even snapped. Jamar Chase can move around the formation, T. Higgins can attack one-on-one matchups, and Mike Gesicki can work the middle. Add Chase Brown out of the backfield, and Burrow suddenly has more answers than ever. The biggest change is how Cincinnati can hide what is coming. One play can look like a run, then turn into a quick throw. A heavy tight end set can pull defenders close to the line, then open space deep for Chase or Higgins. Burrow does not need to force the ball when the offense gives him this many choices. Joe Flacco also gives the Bengals an experienced backup who can run the same system if needed. Second-year back Taj Brooks has also been working on his routes and receiving, giving Cincinnati another option in the passing game. That kind of depth can make this offense brutal to prepare for, but talent alone has not saved Cincinnati in recent years. The Bengals have scored points, moved the ball, and still ended seasons earlier than expected. That is why the next question is much bigger than any new play or formation. Cincinnati has missed the playoffs 3 years in a row, and with this much talent on the roster, the pressure in 2026 is now impossible to ignore. 3 straight years without a playoff trip is way too long for a team built around Joe Burrow. Cincinnati has the quarterback, the receivers, the money, and now a deeper roster. At this point, nobody wants to hear about potential. The Bengals have to turn all of that talent into wins. Burrow is still in his prime, and every season that slips away puts more pressure on this group. In 2026, the standard is not look better. The standard is get back into January football. The AFC North will not hand them anything. Baltimore is still a major threat, Pittsburgh is still dangerous, and division games can flip a season fast. But Cincinnati also has something working in its favor. More stability than some of the teams around it. While others are adjusting to new coaches, new systems, or new roles, the Bengals already know what they want to be. They also enter the year with one of the more favorable schedules in the league. That means the path is there. If they waste it, there will be no easy excuse left. That is what makes this season feel different. Cincinnati is not trying to prove it belongs in the conversation. It is trying to prove the Burrow era can still reach another level. A fast start could put the Bengals right back in control of their season. A slow start could bring the same questions all over again. And the first small answer comes against Detroit, where the hype, the new faces, and the pressure finally meet another team. Now the Bengals get something practice cannot give them, a real opponent with no script. Against Detroit, the biggest test will come after the headline names leave the field. Coaches will be watching the second and third units closely, because roster spots can change fast in preseason. One missed assignment, one bad tackle, or one special teams mistake can hurt a player's case. On the other hand, one strong series can push a backup much closer to a real role. This is where the depth chart starts to matter. Young defensive backs have to prove they can cover without help. Backup linemen have to show they can hold up when the play breaks down. Returners have to secure the ball under stadium lights, not just in a calm practice setting. Cincinnati also wants clean communication between groups that have not played much together. The final score will not tell the full story. The real story will be which players look calm, fast, and ready when the game stops being controlled. That is what makes this opener important. The Bengals already know who their stars are. What they still need to find out is who can be trusted behind them when the season gets rough. Detroit is the first chance for those players to answer that question in public. And if Cincinnati comes out sharp, deep, and organized from top to bottom, then this team may be closer to being ready than people think. Stay blessed, Bengals family. Your support keeps this channel alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the family as we grow together.